Vegas in the Strip, it's alive. We are at the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino. The fans have once again come forth in the thousands, ready to wager on their favorite UFC fighter. As tonight, fight fans, we have reached the boiling point. Welcome inside the sold-out MGM Grand Garden Arena here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. We are set once again for a great night of ultimate fighting action. The Sandman James Irvin tells us he is much more prepared mentally and physically for his return to the octagon. He takes on an undefeated fighter working under the bright lights for the first time. Our tale of the tape is brought to you by Zions. Extreme supplements for extreme athletes available at GNC stores nationwide. 26-year-old against the 25-year-old. A 3-inch reach advantage for James Irvin, who says he'll go lateral, he'll cut angles, he'll try to keep Terry Martin from coming inside and working where he works best.
You ready?
Our referee, Steve Mazzagatti, and we are underway.
All right, here we go.
See how this training partners set to fire upon each other. Machacho Master Travis Lutter against the soft. It's available at GNC stores nationwide. The American and the South African, both 32 years old. A 2-inch reach advantage for the shorter Travis Lutter. Our referee, Herb Dean.
You ready to fight?
There's Prangley.
Come on, let's do it.
And here comes Lutter. They touch, they show, and here we go. Former friends and training partners trying to walk up that 185-pound ladder.
This is going to be very interesting because these guys are both very familiar with each other's styles, having sparred together on numerous occasions.
Good sprawl.
Very hard to take down Trevor Prangley. Travis decides to pull guard instead.
And Travis is very comfortable down there with his background, as you said, with Carlos Machado.
Yeah, absolutely. Travis is an excellent guard. Excellent jiu-jitsu skills, good sweeps, but solid guy, solid wrestler. Oh, good uppercut by Trevor Prangley.
Combinations and they tie up. Oh, good shot to the body, yep. Prangley got a good strike in on his way up. He just got a good body shot in.
You can see Travers dropping down for legs, but it's going to be very hard to take Trevor down.
Trevor Prangley.
Good knee by Trevor Prangley.
Two-time All-American Junior.
Oh, nice shot.
And down he goes.
Trevor Prangley is so strong at 185 pounds.
There you saw some of the wrestling skills. Blew out his knee at Nationals, trying to win a national championship. And a very decorated wrestler back in South Africa, which is why he came to the States, Joe, to try to advance.
He's got his back. He had side control.
Got a shot in on the way up.
He's got to hold him from behind. He's got to look out for Kimura, and Travis Lutter has to look out for getting suplexed. If Trevor can get him out, good knees to the legs. If Trevor can get him out closer to the center of the octagon, you might see him try to suplex him. What Travis is doing is holding onto his arm, locking it into Kimura position. We might see Travis drop down and try to lace his legs in between Travis's legs and try to take that Kimura. If he's comfortable with it, he let it go.
Oh, he tucks under nicely. Good avoidance by Travis Lutter there.
He's taking some shots, though. Yep. Trevor Prangley's landed some pretty good shots there.
Prangley now working the knee, so Prangley very diversified in his use of strikes thus far.
He's a very solid guy at 185 pounds.
Prangley has one win over Curtis Stout by
Come on, guys,
crank.
this works.
Just about a minute into the fight. Lutter was trying to pull guard there, but he's up against the fence, so he had no room to work against Prangley.
Let's work, guys. Come on.
Little foot stomp, little knee. Staying busy. And there's a body shot.
Yeah, Travis isn't liking this tie-up. He's not liking getting pressed up against the fence, getting knee in the legs.
I need to see some work, guys.
Travis Lutter came in, Joe, 10 pounds lighter than in the Lindland fight, so cutting weight, not too difficult, but he's having difficulty right now with Trevor Prangley, and he's taken down again.
He keeps jumping guard. He's trying to figure out the riddle of Trevor Prangley, figure out some way to get Trevor Prangley on his back or try to work off of his back. He's throwing his legs up, looking for something. He's looking to get his left leg through it, looks like, to try to get a triangle or something. Very hard. Trevor Prangley's just so strong.
All right, they're back on their feet. Minute and a half remains in round one. Oh, a left jab that catches Prangley. So Lutter gets his first strike of the night in.
But again, Prangley's just walking right through all this stuff and pushing him up against the fence.
Well, as you said, very, very strong at 185. Prangley fought most of the fights in his career at 205.
We've seen it over and over again from guys who have a huge background in wrestling. They just have such tremendous physical strength for moving guys around. We see it with Matt Hughes. We see it with Frank Trigg. These guys that have a long background in wrestling, they're just so physically strong.
Prangley trained with Van Arsdale, Koscheck, Swick, all the members of AKA.
Oh, right on the
shot
cup.
right into the groin area, and so
right
they'll
on
walk
the
away.
cup. We heard the knock of the cup like it was a drum.
There were 10 seconds left in the round, and they were knocking on that piece of wood.
You got time to recover.
Dean's giving a little time to recover. Let's take a look at that. Pretty clear. Unintentional. It's what happens when someone's leaning on you. Right on the nuggets. Travis Lutter's leaning down. Immediately, Trevor Prangley apologizes. It wasn't intentional. It wasn't bad sportsmanship. It was just a mistake. Trevor Prangley's not a dirty fighter by any stretch of the imagination.
And Trevor Prangley, as the rules are stated, can take as much time as he wants.
Travis Lutter, yes.
Yeah. Lutter can take as much time as he wants to regain his composure.
All right, we're going to take a look at it one more time.
We'll start the time.
Immediately, Trevor Prangley stops. You can tell he didn't try to take advantage of that. And we've seen that happen numerous times in the octagon where guys do take advantage of it. They see the guy's hurt, the referee doesn't do anything about it, they just jump on him.
Matt Hughes, Frank Trigg.
Like Frank Trigg and Matt Hughes, exactly.
Trigg almost won that fight when Hughes was a bit, well, he wasn't with us entirely after that shot.
It's not a nice feeling. Look at this guy, sportsmanship.
Yeah, great sportsmanship.
Travis Lutter's going to walk it off. And he'll be right back in. And that was directly on the nuggets.
Mark Ratner, the executive director of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and Herb Dean, our referee, so they discuss the particulars here. We have been welcomed and embraced by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and very appreciative of
Travis Lutter's back. He's ready.
Yep.
Ready? Ready? Fight.
And here we go. They touch. And let's see what Lutter tries to do differently here. Prangley can't hesitate, though, after that shot. Got to just go with his game again, because he has control of round one.
Did it again.
He got him again.
Oh.
Now that one will cost him a point.
You know what? I disagree. It's not on purpose. It's not intentional. I mean, it's just an unfortunate situation that happens when guys are in the clinch and they're tying up and you're trying to throw knees to the body and this guy's coming in while you're kneeing. It just happens. Let's take a look at the replay.
Take your time.
Boom. On the butt.
I think the real question now is Trevor Prangley going to be hesitant at all to strike and engage? Because not the point, forget the point, just the fact that he's had two errant shots. Yeah. I mean, is he going to hesitate a little bit, not feel as comfortable?
Yeah, it harkens back to Lou Duva yelling at Andrew Galata in the Riddick Bowe fights. You know, hopefully that's the end of this groin fest. And we'll get back to the fight. Travis lands a nice left hook inside.
You know, does he hesitate in that position there to throw the knee?
Very much so, I bet. I mean, I just think he's uncomfortable with hitting the guy twice. He feels bad. You know?
Right. He's got to work through it mentally, and there he does. Beautiful. Great takedown by Trevor Prangley. Maybe there's our answer, Joe.
Beautiful trip by Trevor Prangley. Stuck in Travis Lutter's half guard here.
Well, now with the deduction of the point, it's going to be very interesting to see which way round one goes. All right, set for the second round here. Middleweight matchup, 185-pound fighters.
Hey, you ready to fight?
Trevor Prangley and Travis Lutter. Here we go. First round may very well be even with the deduction of the point for the groin strike. Body shot. Let's see if Lutter tries to take this fight to the ground and work his magical submissions. His submissions give him great confidence.
It's very hard to take Trevor Prangley down.
Good uppercut. Oh, nice high with a knee there. Yeah, that buckled him, Joe.
Trevor Prangley, again, it's just, I hate to belabor this, but he's so strong.
Got that attitude of a wrestler. He feels he has the stand-up edge as well, and so far he has demonstrated that to be true. 22 years of wrestling, 7 years of fight training. Both, as I mentioned at the top of the fight, have fought in the Lions Den. Used to be training partners.
Well, this is the perfect position for Travis Lutter to be throwing some knees. I think he's a little bit worried about getting taken down, though. He's not doing anything. He's just holding him there. He's got the double underhooks. He might be thinking that he can take him down. Actually, I can't see his right arm. He lost the underhook on the right side. You're gonna see Trevor Prangley sweep him again. He's using that whizzer on the right side with his right arm, and you're gonna see him try to throw him again.
Lutter, after seeing Royce Gracie at UFC 1, moved to Texas from South Dakota to learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Still fights out of Fort Worth, Texas.
If Trevor Prangley holds on to that whizzer, look for him to get his right leg in between Travis Lutter's legs. He let go of it. And this is, nice body shots by Travis Lutter.
So Lutter trying to get busy here.
Oh, and again, Trevor responds.
Trevor Prangley with another great takedown.
Travis Lutter's bleeding from the nose.
That might have been from the knee earlier, Joe. He caught him really, really flush with that knee. Prangley now in the full guard of Travis Lutter.
Well, Travis has got to do something here. He's got to either sweep him or he's got to do something offensively from his back. He's trying. He's lifting his hips up, looking to get a hold of something. Trevor's just so strong. And as Travis is doing that, as he's maneuvering, trying to get a good position, Trevor keeps working him and landing these elbows and punches. Especially those short elbows. Those are very frustrating.
Let's do some work, guys.
Lutter striking from the guard.
If you want this, you need to work.
Prangley trying to work the forearm.
Those little short elbows like that. They stop everything.
Oh, there's a good body shot.
It so far seems to me that Trevor Prangley is just too strong.
Up they go, and bloodied up is Travis Lutter.
Yeah, he's very bloody. I think they're going to have a doctor look at him.
Come on. Fight.
Wow.
Fight.
Just fight. Wow, Herb Dean decides to just make him tough it out.
Lutter backing up. Oh, Lutter wants to get it back down.
Trevor's just overwhelmed.
Caught a knee there. Caught a knee. Prangley trying to seize this opportunity to finish the fight.
Yeah, Prangley is taking over this fight. Travis Lutter can't do anything to him on his feet, and Trevor is controlling what happens on the ground.
Let's work. Let's work. Let's work.
Lots of blood now coming from the facial area of Travis Lutter.
Trevor Prangley can throw knees to the body in this position. Right now, these little punches inside aren't particularly effective.
Under a minute remains in round number 2. This fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Prangley hoping it will not go that far.
Travis has got him in full guard, but he just can't hold him down.
There's that power. He's being overpowered, as you talked about earlier, Joe.
I mean, Trevor's so strong. There's blood all over the mat now.
Ground and pound. 101, Trevor Prangley.
I can't see how bad that cut is, but if it keeps bleeding like that, Herb Dean might have Margaret Goodman take a look at it.
Here you go, use that hook.
Nice punches inside by Trevor Prangley.
Second round clearly belongs to Trevor Prangley.
Yeah, I mean, we thought the first round was probably a draw, even though Prangley won it. He had that point taken away, but you got to give the second round to Trevor Prangley, who seems like he's really kind of running away with this fight at this point.
Ready?
All right, here we go. Third and final round. The South African against the American.
Travis Lutter has got to figure out something.
Luder in the red trunks, and Prangley in the black trunks, and down it goes again.
He's just getting overwhelmed.
And he's going to be in a tough position up against the fence here, Joe.
He's going to throw his right leg over. Keep your head pinned against the fence so he can't get his knee in there.
They're giving, his corner's giving Prangley instructions on how to avoid an armbar, but you know what? I think Trevor Prangley would just hulk out of it anyway.
Watch the angle. Good, watch that.
Prangley really working over his opponent, Travis Luder, here in the 185-pound category.
Travis has got to go for broke. He's got to throw something. Make something happen. Go for a leg. I was just going to say that. He's got to do something.
Prangley spins out of it, finds himself right back in guard.
He's got to hope that somehow or another Trevor Prangley, he can get one of his arms through and isolate it for an armbar or a triangle. Because just holding him in the guard like this and getting punched, he's just going to wind up getting more bloody and more beaten up.
Yeah, and that cut's open again, Joe.
He's got a couple of them. He's got one over the bridge of his nose and one over his left eye.
Use the right.
And they're both open. And there's another elbow.
There's those elbows.
Body head, yes. Watch that sweep.
You know, this is one of the interesting aspects of mixed martial arts. I mean, this is right now, Travis Luder's being presented with a problem that he doesn't have a solution for.
And Prangley recognizes it and continues to push towards that weakness in his opponent.
It is probably the #1 weakness of mixed martial arts fighters is fighting off the back. People don't like to be off their back. It's a bad place. There's a handful of guys who are really good off their back. Frank Mir, of course. There's very few guys who are as dangerous off their back as they are standing up.
And this is a man who specializes in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
He is a Jiu-Jitsu specialist, but, you know, to be fair, most Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialists like to be on top. It's easier. You can impose your weight on a guy. You have to have really crisp skills to be dangerous off your back. To tap a guy off the back is beautiful domination, just beautiful technical domination. And, you know, most guys don't like to practice there. They don't like a guy on top of them, punching them and everything. They like to be on top where they can dictate what happens. They don't like to practice from that position.
Well, Luder's certainly not in practice right now. He's in the real deal, and he is totally being overwhelmed.
He is bloodied badly. I'm surprised that Herb Dean isn't calling the doctor to look at that cut.
Well, Stitch looked at it in between rounds, and they deemed it okay.
Trevor went for a guillotine and slipped. Now he's on top.
Yeah, Prangley may just continue to try to work it in this position. Third and final round, just over 2 minutes remains.
He's got to do something to get out of this position. He just can't stay there like this. He's got to sweep him. He's got to go for an arm.
And the best thing Prangley can do here is just continue to stay busy for a little bit over 90 seconds, and he'll win the fight.
Yes. I mean, it's not the most exciting way to win, but it is a win.
A win is a win at this point when you've dominated.
We're starting this up again. You gotta work.
Then again, the stand-up edge may very well belong to Prangley as well.
I believe he has the edge in both aspects, the ground and the stand-up. It looks like he's passing as well. He's trying to get, no. Luder's got him back in full guard.
You know, just look at the guts and courage of an ultimate fighter in Travis Luder, bloodied up, beaten down, but he will not yet admit to defeat. Break
You know
again,
what?
they're going to stand him up.
Hopefully, Travis Luder will go back over this and, you know, realize, man, you know, I've got to really develop a solution to this situation with a really strong wrestlers on top of me and in my guard.
Yeah, he's
Drop
exhausted.
into it again. He is.
Yeah, he's exhausted because he doesn't want anything to do with the stand-up game. So he's almost welcoming this fight to go to the ground.
Well, at least he can kind of defend himself in this position, but he's getting hit with punches and elbows, but they're not taking him out. They're just bruising him and blooding him. But he's not dangerous so far being knocked out in this position.
That's it, good.
But his face is a bloody mess.
Hammer on the face. Watch the angle. Keep in mind with the hip. That's it. Very nice. There you go.
Final 30 seconds.
Keep this knee back. That's it. More. That's it. That's it. Nice work. That's nice work. That's nice work. Let's go. 19 seconds. Keep working.
Trevor Prangley's going to win a unanimous decision here, Joe.
Let it go. Sit up on him. Sit up on him. 10 seconds.
10 seconds remains.
Crowd's booing. Not happy with this. But you know what? Trevor Prangley's doing what he has to do to win.
And he has one. Undoubtedly, he will get the unanimous decision. Trevor Prangley overwhelming Travis Luder here at 185 pounds.
Whoa, Travis Luter's right eye looks really bad.
There he is. He'll be victorious in 2-0 inside the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Very soft-spoken and friendly South African.
Yeah, I think everybody does.
Grew up in a city of 4 million people, very industrialized, and moved to a town of 25,000, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, where he was a two-time All-American junior college wrestler, defeating Travis Luter. Here tonight at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Cecil's People scores the bout 29-27. Tony Weeks scores the bout 29-26. And Dalby Shirley scores the bout 29-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Trevor Prangley.
The law is still driven by the possession of UFC gold. He will try to clinch a title shot by running through the Canadian, who is always very willing and very able. Tale of the tape brought to you by Science. Extreme supplements for extreme athletes available at GNC stores nationwide. Lindland, quite a bit older than Joe Dirksen, the young Canadian from Winnipeg, Manitoba. The reach is virtually even. Mario Yamasaki, our referee.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
And here we go. The clinch and down early.
Joe Dirksen works good off his back.
Dirksen said, if we want to go to the ground, then I'll just go ahead and submit him. And at one point, everybody believed that submissions were the kryptonite of Matt the Law Lindland.
Matt Lindland already passed his guard to get him in half guard. Dirksen's working the butterfly guard. He's doing an excellent job of controlling Matt Lindland's upper body. You see that? He gets a hold of his leg, gets a hold of his neck and his arm together.
Joe Lindland, a 5-time national champion, 3-time Pan American champion, and a World Cup wrestling champion.
Is that Matt Lindland's brother, Joe Lindland?
Matt Lindland. Oh, does he have a brother, Joe?
I don't know. Let's ask him.
Now's not a good time.
He's a little busy.
Yeah, now's not a good time.
Dirksen's doing a good job of stifling the strikes from the top. He's moving his hips a lot. Looking to secure an arm, looking to do something.
The pace is one thing that Lindland really prides himself in, so while being controlled, he's going to try to still force a pace upon Dirksen, which will no longer allow him to be controlled.
Yeah, like I said before in the pre-fight, he's just an elite athlete, and he's used to that elite level of performance, that high-level Olympic athlete performance, where there's layers and layers and layers to fighting, and these guys are just used to working.
Let's go!
That's an interesting stand-up by Mario Yamasaki. I thought they were busy. I thought they were working. Nice knee by Matt Lindland.
Matt questioned it a bit. And down
nice
they go.
takedown by Dirksen. Dirksen gets Lindland's back, and he lost it. Nice knee by Lindland.
Twice with the knee.
Lindland showing his skills. I mean, he is a mixed martial arts fighter now. He's not just a wrestler.
Improved his striking a bit at the pit with Chuck Liddell in years past. And it's interesting you talk about the level of competition he has faced, Joe, because he says that's his biggest weapon in a fight, is he knows how to compete and he knows how to win competitions.
Yeah, absolutely. He can push a pace that most people can't tolerate.
Right now, Dirksen trying to tolerate the pace of Matt the Law Lindland. First of 3 5-minute rounds scheduled for this middleweight matchup.
Come on, guys.
Dirksen doesn't have any answers off his back here.
Effectively.
He's moving around a lot, but it doesn't look like he's setting up anything.
Dirksen has beaten Lee Murray in the past. He's beaten Team Quest teammate of Matt Lindland's, Chris Lieben.
The fight with Patrick Cote was very impressive because Dirksen was out in that fight.
Yep.
I mean, he doesn't. I talked to him in the post-fight press conference. He didn't remember the fight. Nice sweep, beautiful sweep, and beautiful recovery by Matt Lindland.
And he took that fight as well on short notice. He said, but you know what? It's the responsibility of a fighter to always be in shape because you never know when the fighter's going to win.
Takedown and mount.
And he has full mount.
This is a bad position for Matt Lindland.
Good position for Dirksen.
He rolled right into his back. That is excellent. He He's got a hold of an arm. He might switch to a right arm bar here. His strength here, though, is the rear naked choke. He's got, Matt's got that arm free now. If he can keep a hold of Matt Lindland, keep control of that left arm, Matt's gonna spin out of it. He's got his back again. Nice. Beautiful control by Dirksen. Oh, that's what he didn't want.
Watch the arm now.
It looks out.
And Lindland survives. Matt Lindland survives. He was very relaxed during that exchange.
That was deep water. That was dangerous. That's exactly the same technique that Dirksen used to submit Cote. He isolates one arm, leaving you only one arm to defend the choke with.
You know, the interesting thing, that the maturation process of the mixed martial artist Matt Lindland, 2 years ago he gets in that position, he probably doesn't get himself out of it.
You know what? He's a fierce competitor. I mean, if you give him an opening, he's going to get out no matter what. But he is much more well-rounded, and his submission defense is excellent these days.
Now he's working a little ground and pound within the closed guard of Joe Dirksen, who could not finish it, even though he had Lindland's back here in round number 1.
Yeah, a lesser fighter definitely would have attacked there.
Oh my!
Beautiful sweep by Dirksen.
Gonna go for a ride. And a great exchange at the bell.
Wow. Phenomenal.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's
Dirksen
go!
and Lindland. Round 2 at 185. Lindland needs this win.
So does Dirksen. This should be a huge win for him.
Absolutely. Lindland has waited and waited for another title shot and definitely doesn't want to let that one slip away. And he's taken down again.
Unbelievable. He's caught a guillotine, though. Matt Lindland, he got into side control. Matt Lindland's got a hold of it, though.
Can Lindland finish by submission?
Dirksen had to let go, and he had to let Matt Lindland get on top because it was so deep. He's got a very strong guillotine, Matt Lindland does. He's got a hold of it again. That's why Dirksen, you see him shuffling up to half guard. He's got to get half guard here. He's got to do something to control Matt Lindland. If Matt Lindland can mount him,
and that's
or
what
get
Lindland
into
was
this
trying to
position
do,
here
Joe.
and stand up with it, he's very strong. Dirksen's out of trouble.
And they fall into guard. So Dirksen avoids here early in round number 2.
Well, Dirksen has had some success sweeping, and I'm going to look for him to sweep right here. That's what I'm going to guarantee he's going to do. He's going to try to get a hold of it. He's got an overhook here on the left side. He let it go. He's going to try to figure out some way to get his butterfly hooks in there and sweep Matt Lindland. He was successful with that in the first round.
Lindland trying to stay busy within the guard.
He's got a hold of
he took a couple of them, and he says, I don't like this position. Good job done by Dirksen, because Lindland was trying to get up to give himself a little room and throw down.
Lindland just passed to the half guard. Dirksen's got the butterfly in now on the left side. He's going to look to control Matt Lindland's right leg with his left leg. You see his instep inside Matt Lindland's inner thigh. He let it go there.
Lindland trying to throw down with the forearm. And an elbow that connects.
Whenever you see Joe Dirksen's legs, his feet threw up an arm bar and got stuck in side control now. Now he's going to roll out of it. He's going to look out for the guillotine.
Lindland tried to use this technique earlier. Dirksen trying to avoid here. And he falls into guard again.
Whenever you see Dirksen's legs move inside of Matt Lindland's legs, whenever you see him try to put his instep inside of Matt Lindland's thighs, that's when he's looking to sweep. That's called butterfly guard. See Dirksen's left leg? There it goes. It's inside Matt Lindland's right thigh now.
Stop!
And they stand him up. Lindland controlling, but not keeping busy enough. And so they stand him up.
They exchange kicks.
Good left by Lindland. Both have to be gassed a little bit after working so hard on the ground.
Lindland's got that guillotine again.
Lindland really wants to finish this by submission.
You know what? He's got it deep now. He's got it deep, but he's mounted now.
Can he finish?
He's almost mounted. Dirksen has one leg inside. If he can get over that leg, he'll be in a really dominant position. He needs to get over his right. Oh, Dirksen's on top now. And Matt Lindland rolls him over again. He's got him in guard. This is it. If it's deep enough, it's hard to tell looking at it here, but it looks pretty good.
Trying to spin out of it feverishly.
He's not in danger anymore.
But half guard now for Matt Lindland. He'll try to pull that leg, go a little side control, and work some ground and pound. So he has control here in the second round, but how much damage has he imposed, Joe?
Not too much damage, but he threatened a few times with that guillotine.
So with the threatening submission attempt in round one, you could guess that Dirksen gaining access to the victory in round one, and Lindland tying things up here in round two, with still a minute remaining here in round number two. You hear the corner yelling, "You have the fight, you control it." And even though it's not the clinch here, this is what Lindland does very well. He just controls the pace and controls his opponent.
And he makes him work.
Only been a full-time mixed martial artist for about 5 years, Matt "The Law" Lindland. As we mentioned, the highly decorated wrestler.
But so oftentimes these guys that come out of wrestling before the UFC was around, I mean, their athletic careers are basically over when their amateur careers were. When they stopped amateur wrestling, that was basically it. They either went on to coach or went on to do. But the UFC has now given these guys a unique avenue to pursue.
Side control.
Yeah, side control by Lindland.
Trying to use the knees.
Good knees to the body by Lindland.
Second round's going to come to conclusion. And there's the horn.
Good round for Matt Lindland.
Yep, controlling round for Matt "The Law" Lindland.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Here we go. 1 round apiece. Dirksen with the good submission attempt in round one. Lindland controlling the pace here in round number two.
Dirksen with the takedown again. Lindland again goes to that guillotine. He's very confident with that move.
Yeah, he definitely wants the guillotine finish. Can he get it this time?
This is a battle for position here to see who gets the best spot.
Well, now he doesn't put his leg right into half guard, Joe. And now into full guard.
You know, it almost appears like he got that takedown because Lindland anticipated it and grabbed a hold of the guillotine, allowed him to take it down just so he can get that deep guillotine in.
Yep. Well, Dirksen has to do something here, Joe, to reverse what Lindland did in round two, or he'll lose the decision.
Well, right now I've got it 1-1. I gave the first round to Dirksen. I gave the second round to Lindland. I think it's anybody's fight here. But I do agree, Dirksen's got to do something. The momentum is certainly in Lindland's corner right now. He's got to work that sweep. Exactly what he was trying to do right there.
See if Mario Yamasaki feels they are keeping busy enough. A Winnipeg, Manitoba fighter against the Oregon native, Matt "The Law" Lindland, hoping for a chance to take away the gold that sits around the waist of Rich Franklin at 185 pounds.
There's a lot of people in line for that belt.
You got that right.
That's a talent-filled division, 185-pound division.
170, 185 are both spectacular.
Let's go!
All right, here we go again. There's a knee. And down we go again. So quickly, Lindland smothers his opponent.
Matt's looking to pass on the right side. He's looking to pass Joe Dirksen's guard. Joe Dirksen's got to do something to pull this off.
2 minutes and 15 seconds remains.
Not much time. He's going to have to do something drastic. Mario Yamasaki doing a good job of keeping the action moving.
Very much so. High kick.
Oh,
another
one.
Lindland able to handle them both. Yeah, Lindland is clearly in control of this fight now.
Yeah, Dirksen looked like he was rolling into a knee bar there. Lindland was having no part of it.
That arm bar there. Put him into the fence.
Dirkson's got a hold of Matt Lindland's right arm. No, he's gone. He's got to do something. You know, Matt Lindland's clearly winning this round.
Under 90 seconds now on the clock.
There he goes. He swept him. Now he's on top. Now he's got a guillotine of his own. Now he's out. Popped out of it quick. Wow, you know what?
Dirksen showing a little life there, though, Joe.
Yeah, it's just so hard to control Matt Lindland.
1 minute remains in the third and final round. 185-pound matchup between Matt "The Law" Lindland.
Come on, guys. Keep moving.
In control
Let's
of the
go.
second round and basically in control here in the third round. And Canadian Joe Dirksen, who spent a couple of weeks training with Jeremy Horn for this matchup.
Nice punches from the top by Matt Lindland here. Joe Dirksen's got to do something drastic or he's going to lose a decision. Good elbows by Lindland.
Sit up. You got it. Sit up. Let's go.
MGM Grand Garden Arena here. Beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, let's get some elevation. Finish strong. Get up.
Final seconds of the third and final round. And the Law sends a final message. So Matt "The Law" Lindland does in the third round what he was able to do in the second round, and that is control his opponent, Joe Dirksen.
Walk it out. Hands up. Hands up. Play it up to the crowd.
What's that? Are you still hanging on that?
Matt giving a shout out to you, huh?
No, he was upset at me because last time I called this fight, when he had the guy down, he was punching him, and I said, those punches aren't really hurting him. What I meant is he's not going to stop him with those punches because they don't feel good, but apparently he took it personal.
You all right?
Fighters are very sensitive.
It was greased to hell.
He said he was greased to hell. Wow, he's claiming that Joe Dirksen was greased up.
Now, I'll tell you one thing. He's going to win this decision, and now he hopes a title shot against Rich Franklin.
Yeah, if he doesn't win this decision, there's something really wrong with the judges.
Let's get the official word as it comes into Bruce Buffer. Here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Nelson Hamilton scores the bout 30-27. Jeff Mullen scores the bout 29-28. Glenn Trowbridge scores the bout 30-27. For the winner by unanimous decision, Matt "The Law" Lindland.
A magnificent matchup in the welterweight division for Frank Trigg. This might as well be a title fight because it's a must-win. If there is to be a Trigg Hughes 3, Frank Trigg must first avoid the rush. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight matchup is brought to you by Science, extreme supplements for extreme athletes, available at GNC stores nationwide. A nearly 4-inch reach advantage for George St. Pierre, who is much younger than the 33-year-old American Frank Trigg. Big John set to get this evening officially started. Go. None other than the natural Randy Couture taking on the wrestler Mike Van Arsdale. One can make the argument this is the most important fight of Randy the Natural Couture's career because he does not want to lose this fight, fall down the tree any worse than he has after being knocked out by the Iceman, Chuck Liddell.
Randy might be hurt.
Yeah, Randy might be hurt. Randy trying to close in though now. And he goes down. He's down. And Chuck Liddell.
Oh, he is out.
Light heavyweight champion of the world.
Randy Couture is
Chuck
out.
Liddell is the light heavyweight champion.
Unbelievable.
I made a mistake tactically, chased him after he poked me in the eye and got a little pissed off about it and put myself in bad position. And he caught me with a good straight shot. It's that simple.
Has Father Time finally caught up with Randy Couture?
Everybody wonders when the other shoe's gonna fall, when I'm gonna retire, when is he gonna slow down, when is he done? At 42 years old, that's the first question everybody wants to ask, is how long can you keep fighting? Who knows?
That guy is my hero.
I'm prepared, I'm ready to go out and win this fight and put myself back in contention for the title.
My goal is to be the world champion, the best in the world. That's why I'm here.
He's got great wrestling credentials. He was an NCAA champion. He was in the finals in the Freestyle Nationals a couple of times. He's a very, very good wrestler.
I really haven't sat around and compared Randy's experiences in wrestling to mine.
Coming from the wrestling world, there's maybe a little bragging rights involved on who wins this fight.
If I'm Randy Couture and I'm looking at Mike Van Arsdale's tapes, I'm seeing a person who's basically unpredictable.
That's it. He tapped. And it's over. That's it. He tapped. And it's over. Mike Van Arsdale, victorious.
The bell rings. I see myself basically going out and doing what I've been trained to do.
I see myself hunting Mike Van Arsdale down for as long as it takes to hunt him down and finish in this fight.
Good night. Oh, he's down. The big takedown. Couture trying to stop this fight.
I respect him as a person and as a fighter. This is a contest, and I'm in it. So I'm not taking a back seat to anyone.
It's too bad for Mike. He's got to be the next guy that steps in the cage with me.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, because we're getting ready to throw down.
Our tale of the tape for this light heavyweight matchup is brought to you by Zions. Extreme supplements for extreme athletes available at GNC stores nationwide. Check us out at Zions.com. 42-year-old Randy Couture against 40-year-old Mike Van Arsdale. But don't let the ages fool you. These men are in prime condition and ready to go toe-to-toe in the same fashion they did 2 decades ago. Herb Dean will be our referee.
Okay, gentlemen, let's keep it nice and fair, nice and clean. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. Come out ready to fight.
These guys wrestled together for the same club, the Sunkiss Kids, for many years. And here they go. Round 1 is in the books.
Round 1 goes to Randy Couture.
And Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq Daddy, likes it. Van Arsdale, world-class wrestler, national champion at Iowa State, an Olympic alternate. Randy Couture set to start the second round.
Nice jab by Van Arsdale.
Randy said in a 3-round fight, you can definitely push the pace, but you can't make the mistakes you can maybe make in a 5th-round fight because you can't give that early round away.
Right.
And I don't think he did.
Nice left hook. Nice left hook by Randy Couture. Van Arsdale might have got rocked there.
Van Arsdale with a head fake.
This is a very common position in this fight. Randy's controlling him on the ground, slamming those knees into his elbow, into his shoulder.
Striking, grappling, aggression, and octagon control, and that's what Randy Couture has right now. Joe has a lot of octagon control.
Absolutely, and he's in a position to try to grab that gator roll again.
Let's work. Let's work, come on.
And there he goes. He's going again. He's up against the cage, though. It's going to be hard to roll into it.
The crowd anticipates Couture trying to end this again.
He's got it pretty deep, but Mike Van Arsdale's got phenomenal base.
Well, this might just be the difference between your 15th time in the octagon and your 3rd time in the octagon.
Yeah, you very rarely see a guy doing that, holding a guy in that position and then dropping knees onto the shoulder.
Randy, you need to work. I'm standing up. Let's go.
Don't forget, October 7th, UFC 55 Fury from the Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut. Heavyweight title fight between Arlovsky and Buentello. It's live on pay-per-view. Hope to see you again from Uncasville. Van Arsdale's bloodied up. Couture driving him back towards the mat.
Couture doing a great job avoiding the punch, getting the takedown and controlling Mike Van Arsdale.
He's just relentless in his control. Yeah.
Mike Van Arsdale bleeding badly from his head.
This is where that increase of pace works in favor of Randy, because he only has to be prepared to go 15 minutes instead of 25. Since the format change, he's never gone in a fight that wasn't scheduled 25 minutes. Can't grab the feet. No, here we go. Here we go. Cut on the top of the head on the right side of Mike Van Arsdale. Oh, Randy just ducked away from that one. He's wearing down the gas of Mike Van Arsdale.
Oh, and he fell on top.
But the wrestlers have that same conditioning mentality. Van Arsdale.
Oh, Van Arsdale had a good right hand.
Caught Randy. Now Randy's going to try to pull him down here. Watch for the foot sweep. He's been legendary utilizing that as well. That's how he took Chuck Liddell down numerous times. When he defeated him the first time, Chuck came back, won the Light Heavyweight Championship. He defends that belt here later tonight.
Randy pushes an incredible pace. I mean, he really forces you to work at his level.
That's a warning, Mike. Don't grab the fence.
He's the eco freak. That eco challenge in Fiji he competed in. 1 minute, 20 seconds remains here in the second round. Couture has had the majority of the control. Van Arsdale trying to avoid another takedown. Couture trying to latch on.
Randy pulled his legs out from under him.
And Randy loves to put his opponent against the fence, Joe. They need to keep busy or Herb Dean will stand him up.
Randy's got his back. Look for Randy to try to trip him to the ground again.
That's one thing where Van Arsdale is very good at the wrestling, like you said, Joe. He's using his wrestling skills to avoid the takedown, and he was able to avoid the takedown during that entire exchange.
Mike Van Arsdale bloody and exhausted.
Randy with his hands on his waist for a second. Randy taking the center of the octagon. Randy tucking away. Randy with a left jab. Trying to set up Van Arsdale again.
Van Arsdale with the leg, looking for a takedown. Randy doing a great job of avoiding that.
So 2 rounds in the books. And Randy Couture looking dominant again in the second round. Van Arsdale still trying to catch his wind. A little smile from Randy Couture. And an opponent he truly respects in Mike Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale's really gassed.
He looks really exhausted.
Unless he's playing possum, he is really gassed.
I doubt it.
That's where that clinch and that control, it just sucks the life out of you.
Yeah, that is, good left hand by Van Arsdale. Randy's got to be careful here.
Randy's keeping his distance away, avoiding the strikes.
Nice takedown by Randy. He's inside control. He's back in that same top position. He's got the gator roll. He hasn't been able to finish it so far because of Van Arsdale's base. He's rolling into it. He's got to roll under. He's got to roll his right shoulder underneath Van Arsdale's body. Oh, he tapped!
And it's all over! It is all over!
Randy took, I believe that's probably one of his, well, not his first. His first one was Tony Halma by submission. We haven't seen him win with a submission in a long time.
Randy the Natural Couture wins by submission, and he is back to being in a perfect spot as the #1 contender in the light heavyweight division.
Let's take a look at the replay.
Well, we knew the gas was just about out of Mike Van Arsdale's tank, Joe, and that may have led to the tap here.
Well, this is what led to the tap. The gator roll. Randy Couture's got his left hand on his right bicep. He's cranking on Mike Van Arsdale's neck and rolling underneath him, cutting off the blood to his brain. And as he gets tighter and tighter, Van Arsdale's forced to tap.
A natural Randy Couture in front of the Couture family, victorious here tonight for the 11th time in his mixed martial arts career here inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner by tap out at 52 seconds of round number 3. For the winner, Randy the Natural Couture.
Speaking of former champions, he once stood at the top of the heavyweight ladder. Former champion Tim the Maniac Sylvia set to go toe-to-toe with another heavy hitter. Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight matchup, brought to you by Zion's Extreme Supplements for extreme athletes, available at GNC stores nationwide. 40-year-old Trey Telligman is 11 years older than Tim Sylvia, 6 inches shorter, and gives away 3.5 inches of reach. That's the big thing that Trey talked about all week long, Joe, is how do I counter the reach advantage that man, Tim the Maniac Sylvia, has. We will soon find out. Mario Yamasaki, our referee. Big-time heavyweight, potentially slugfest. And Telligman was out. Rich Franklin working in the corner of Tim Sylvia, who wins tonight. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner at 4 minutes, 59 seconds of the very first round.
We have talked about it and talked about it so often, and here he is, the most dangerous striker in the world, Chuck the Iceman Liddell, set to take on another Milicic fighter, none other than the always dangerous Jeremy Horn.
That guy has dynamite in his hands. Oh, big leg kick. He is a true warrior. Vicious combination.
Chuck continues to tee up. And he goes down. He's down.
Randy Couture is
Chuck
out.
Liddell is the light heavyweight champion.
Unbelievable.
Funny thing was, right when I was done, I've been working for this for so long, now what?
Jeremy
You can never, put a value on experience. Out of 100 fights, I've had maybe 5 or 6 go to a decision. Every other one, I've finished people.
Nice tall kick there. Nearly got Liddell.
I knew who Jeremy Horn was. I didn't know much about it. That was my 3rd MMA fight.
And Liddell appears to be in a bit of trouble.
I was too cautious striking. I still hadn't come along in my striking.
Locking up. Oh, boy, that could be a choke.
Ended up, I got caught in an arm triangle. Okay, I'll just sit here and rest because wait till the overtime round.
And that's it.
Only a little while. Nope, it's over.
Looks as though John's going to stop it here.
Ended up not being a good idea.
People say I'm good at jiu-jitsu, my boxing is getting better, my wrestling is getting better, but the number one thing I'm good at is not getting hit.
Sooner or later, I will land a couple shots and I'll test his chin.
I see him as a better version of what he was, whereas I'm a completely different fighter.
He's going to be hard to get a hold of. I want to put a beating on him.
If I hit him 10, 15 times in a row, he'll go down like anybody else.
I'm going to try to punch my hand through the back of his head.
If I bring everything to the table that I have at my disposal, I think I'll put him away any way I want.
I'm glad he has that attitude going in because that'll make for a good fight.
If he's going to compare me to the fighter that beat him, he's in for a rude awakening.
I want to knock him out.
I'll tell you what, partner, now Chuck Liddell faces the truest test of a champion, and that is retaining your title.
Absolutely. I mean, every great champion says that in order to truly be considered a champion, you have to defend the title. And this is a tough defense. Jeremy Horn, over 100 professional mixed martial arts fights, and he's a young guy. I mean, this guy fights constantly. Very comfortable in the cage or in the ring, has a wealth of experience, and comes from a phenomenal camp.
Jeremy Horn is considered a ground wizard. If he gets this fight to the ground, how deep of trouble could Chuck Liddell be in?
Well, you know what? Chuck Liddell's very hard to control on the ground. No one has better takedown defense because when you get him down, he just gets up. He just explodes up. I mean, you've seen that time and time again with Chuck. So it remains to be seen. I mean, I know that he's been working out with Eddie Bravo. I've seen him train with him. I know he's been working on submissions and his submission defense. But Chuck Liddell's main forte is the stand-up fight. Interestingly enough, Jeremy Horn has said that Chuck doesn't have to worry about him taking him down. Jeremy wants to knock him out on his feet. We'll see if that's just talk.
Jeremy Horn has never been knocked down even in over 100 fights, and that is absolutely astounding.
He's been rocked, he's been hurt before, but he's a very composed guy. He knows how to keep it together, he knows how to cover up and avoid more damage. He's a very intelligent fighter. He fights very smart, and he trains very, very hard.
With a victory tonight, Chuck the Iceman Liddell will become the all-time winningest fighter in UFC history. He has 11 wins right now, Joe. He would surpass Royce Gracie with his 12th victory inside the octagon. It could be a very special night for the Iceman.
It could be, and you know what? You gotta think there's a lot of pressure on him tonight. I mean, Chuck is a star now. He's doing this huge science commercial. He's got a 7-figure deal to do that. He's making over $1 million. I mean, that's huge for mixed martial arts fighter. The guy's on television constantly. He was all over the place with the Ultimate Fighter television show, and now you see all these people here to see him tonight. When they show his name, the crowd erupts. He's a huge star. With being a huge star comes a tremendous amount of pressure.
We will find out how he handles this, his first ever title defense. Well, we know what Joe thinks. Joe thinks it's going to be a tremendous fight. How about our other celebrities here in the house this evening?
Main event, I'm gonna have to go with my guy Chuck. I've been knowing Chuck for a couple years. I've been a big fan of Chuck ever since he first stepped on the scene. And Chuck is a real fighter. Chuck will fight anybody. A lot of guys, pick and choose who they fight. Chuck Liddell, the Iceman, is a real fighter.
I'll tell you what, I predict it's going to be a great fight. I think Liddell's obviously grown leaps and bounds since the last fight, but Horn is a consummate professional, and I think he'll be prepared for anything he throws at him. I think it's a pick 'em fight, I really do. I'm leaning towards Chuck a little bit, just because I think his confidence level's at an all-time high. It's going to be whoever's on tonight.
Chuck, yeah, I love Chuck. Chuck is fierce. He's got a lot of energy. He's got a lot of speed, and I think he's a very talented fighter. I'm excited to see what he's going to do tonight. I think definitely the crowd is going to be very pleased tonight.
Chuck Liddell is the champ. You never go against the champ. To be the champ, you have to beat the champ. And until Jeremy Horn proves himself in that octagon, my money's on Chuck Liddell.
I got to go Chuck Liddell. Stefan?
As much as I hate it, I agree with you, and I'm picking Chuck Liddell too. He just hits too hard.
He always follows me. He's just a follower. What can you do?
I love those two guys, man. You know what? They went toe-to-toe pretty good. Will this one be toe-to-toe? Only time will tell. Main event of the evening for the Light Heavyweight Championship. A fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds between the Iceman, the champion, Chuck Liddell, and the challenger with over 100 mixed martial arts matches, Jeremy Horn. Biggest fight of this man's career. First time in the octagon since his fight against Elvis Sinisek at UFC 30. Over 5 years since we have last seen Jeremy Horn here at the Ultimate Fighting Championship. He's a student, he's a great trainer, he's one of the world's best fighters. He is, as is Chuck Liddell, mentally where he wants to be in preparation for this big night.
Jeremy Horn with 85 mixed martial arts victories. I mean, he comes from the Militich camp in Davenport, Iowa, and those guys, there's so many shows in the Midwest. These guys can fight constantly if they want to. Jeremy Horn has actually been known to fight for free to help out friends' promotions, just to stay sharp. He's very calm, very confident, very intelligent, with very well-rounded mixed martial arts skills. He can win by submission. He's won by knockout with punches, knockout with kicks. He actually knocked out Forrest Griffin with a head kick in a fight. This is his time. This is finally he gets a chance to have a rematch with the guy he defeated way back in 1999, who is now the current UFC champion.
And this preparation has been all about Jeremy. He's used to helping everybody else prepare Joe. He got himself a nutritionist. He got himself a cardio coach in Billy Rush. It's been all about Jeremy Horn for this fight.
Excellent point.
Here he is, the UFC Light Heavyweight Champion, Chuck the Iceman Liddell.
That's the man, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, that is the dominant fighter at 205 pounds. The only guy to ever knock out the natural Randy Couture, and he did it fantastically with one punch. He's got brutal knockout power. He's every grappler's worst nightmare because he's an excellent grappler himself who chooses to use his wrestling skill to stand up. He's an excellent kickboxer. He's got dynamite in either hands, can knock you out with the left, right, kicks, punches, knees, elbows, anything. A truly dangerous mixed martial arts fighter in the prime of his career.
And you know what's interesting? Chuck, because of his desire to just compete, has almost approached this fight like Jeremy's the champ. In his preparation, he didn't want to put that extra pressure defending the belt, so almost like, okay, I gotta beat this guy, he's beat me before. I'm gonna approach this like I'm trying to win my belt again for the first time, which makes a fighter very hungry.
Absolutely. Chuck is a very smart guy. He's aware of all the mind games, you know, that your own mind can play on you. He knows how to motivate himself, and he's also a very proud guy. He wants to get that loss back. This is the first loss of his mixed martial arts career with Jeremy Horn. He wants to knock that off the record and knock it off with a brutal knockout. He did that with Randy Couture. He knocked off that loss. Right now, all he's got left is Quentin Jackson, and the man in front of him right now, Jeremy Horn.
Now there he is, the world's best at 205 pounds, your UFC Light Heavyweight Champion, Chuck the Iceman Liddell. John Hackelman, John Lewis in the corner of Chuck Liddell. Our tale of the tape is brought to you by Zions. Extreme supplements for extreme athletes available at GNC stores nationwide. Chuck the Iceman Liddell is 6 years older than Jeremy Horn. Interesting to see that Horn actually has a bit of a reach advantage. Now for the official introductions of this, our main event of the evening, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this UFC Championship bout is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission with Skip Avancino, Chairman, and Commissioners Dr. Tony Alamo, John Bailey, Joey Brown, and Dr. Flip Homansky, and Executive Director Mark Ratner. Our judges at Octagon side are Cecil Peoples, Jeff Mullen, and Tony Weeks. Our doctor at Octagon side is Dr. William Berliner Jr., and when the action begins, our referee in charge of this contest is Big John McCarthy. This event is sponsored by Zions, extreme supplements for extreme athletes, available at GNC stores nationwide. At this time, we'd also like to wish a special happy birthday to a big UFC fan, Stephen Quinn. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 men have now entered the octagon, but tonight, only one will leave a champion. And now, live from the sold-out MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Las Vegas, it's time! This fight is 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, the challenger, standing to my left. This man is a freestyle fighter. He holds a professional record of 85 wins with 13 losses and 5 draws. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 203 pounds. Fighting out of Salt Lake City, Utah, introducing Jeremy Horn. And now introducing the champion standing across the octagon. This man is a kickboxing expert who holds a mixed martial arts record of 16 wins with 3 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 204 pounds. Fighting out of San Luis Obispo, California, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the UFC Light Heavyweight Champion of the world, the Iceman, Chuck
Not a single body on their seat as we get set for the main event of the evening.
All right, I gave your instructions in the dressing room. Do I have any questions for the challenger? Any questions for the champion? Touch gloves, fight clean, fight hard, fight forward. Let's go.
Here we go. The Iceman, Chuck Liddell, the challenger, Jeremy Horn. Horn wants what Liddell has. That belt, signifying he's the best at 205 pounds.
UFC Light Heavyweight Championship. You ready, Jeremy? You ready? Let's get it on!
Here we go, first title defense for the Iceman. A touch of gloves, and we'll see how Horn approaches it early. Chuck connects, he can knock out anyone. Jeremy Horn has never been knocked out. Chuck looking for the all-time win record tonight.
Jeremy believes that Chuck has excellent strikes, excellent power, but he believes his stand-up is cleaner.
It's all about his defense. That's what he's talked about before. My defense, my defense.
He's a very bright guy. He knows there's no honor in getting your block knocked off and showing everybody you can take a great punch. He has no desire to do that. He wants to fight intelligently, use technique and smarts to win this fight.
Well, many at home would say it'd be a stunning upset, but you know, when you talk to the experts, the fellow fighters, if you will, Joe, it's not a pick'em fight because Chuck's the champion, but I'll tell you what, you definitely got a lot of mixed opinions. A lot of people giving Jeremy a great chance.
Oh, a lot of the hardcore fans give Jeremy a huge chance, and a lot of them actually believe that he's the favorite. I mean, you can see a contrast in styles just by the way they hold their hands and throw punches. Jeremy with a nice counter right hand in there. The difference is, if Chuck hits you once, you go to sleep.
Right.
I don't know if Jeremy Horn has that kind of punch.
Jeremy admitted when we asked him that this week, he doesn't. He doesn't have the knockout power. He said that right away.
He's got it in his kicks. Ask Forrest Griffin.
Yeah, and he's got it on the ground. He said, if I'm going to knock out Chuck, it may just be on the ground. He said, but I can set him up to get him to the ground with the strikes. That's in his own estimation. Who knows what we'll see now that it's for real.
Well, he looks very comfortable on his feet, very relaxed, and he's landing some nice jabs.
He said, I'm a better boxer, as you said. He said, I just won't stand there and get hit.
Nice leg kick.
He should have lived with that loss, is what Jeremy thinks.
He faked the jab and shot the leg kick in, and that was nice.
Can he frustrate Chuck at all, I wonder?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think he already has.
Chuck tried the uppercut.
Chuck's hands are down low, and he's winging punches. Jeremy's hands are up high, and his punches are short.
Chuck likes to carry his hands down there, though, doesn't he, Joe? This isn't different, is it?
He throws punches at weird angles, and you don't see him coming, and he puts guys to sleep with those shots. He's got a very unorthodox style, and he's got incredible confidence in his power. Nice leg kick by Chuck.
And remember, the legs of Chuck are pretty much lethal.
Oh, everything is lethal. That's his biggest strength. If he hits you with anything, you go. You hear the chants of the crowd yelling, Chuck, Chuck, Chuck.
Horn seems extremely comfortable here. Oftentimes taking the center of the octagon.
I mean, he told the truth. He said, Chuck doesn't have to worry about me taking him down. I want to knock him out on his feet. Whoa!
Oh, he stuns him there, and Jeremy's in trouble. Jeremy's done. Chuck's trying to finish. Can Chuck Liddell finish Jeremy Horn? Horn knocks out for the first time.
He's got good composure. He's keeping his head about him.
Chuck wants him back up. Jeremy Horn is knocked down. Now he goes for the shoot and the sprawl by Chuck Liddell. He has stunned Jeremy Horn. Knocked down for the first time in over 100 fights. A good body shot. And Chuck feeling the momentum now.
This is very dangerous for Jeremy Horn. He's wobbly, and he's inside of Chuck's range.
Chuck trying to close it up. Jeremy in survival mode here.
Survival mode is the best way to describe this. This is dangerous.
Let's get it up, let's get it up. Come on, let's go. Get up, come on.
Back to the feet again. Chuck comes around with that long looping left. Jeremy Horn knocked down for the first time. Here by the Iceman, Chuck Liddell. And you said the whole time, Joe, one punch from the Iceman. Ducks under the left there. Great show of survival by Jeremy Horn here in round number 1.
Yeah, Jeremy Horn has shown excellent composure. And just lands a jab on Chuck.
Keep working, doing good. Come on.
Nice right hand. Oh, and just misses with a head kick.
See, Chuck will start to really try to tee off here because he feels it. Thinks he smells it. Jeremy's nose is bloodied up.
Chuck has that massive advantage that he can hit you and hurt you from anywhere.
Look at the sprawl of Chuck Liddell again. A great sprawl by Chuck Liddell. Final seconds of round number 1. Spinning kick, but Jeremy was there to defend it. And the round may end right here.
Wow. Wow, big round for Chuck Liddell.
Round 1 goes to the Iceman.
Let's take a look at the replay of that knockdown.
That second round coming up, Jeremy.
Bang! And you see Jeremy's legs go out from under him. Straight through the open hands. Jeremy's guard was up high. His hands were in the proper position, and Chuck shot the punch right through both of them. Jeremy showing great composure in weathering that storm.
Well, Joe, the October issue of FHM coming out in mid-September features interviews with fighters on the second season of The Ultimate Fighter. And the October issue of Maxim coming out in mid-September features a story on Rochelle Leah, one of our Octagon girls. Let's get some scoring from Eddie Bravo.
10-8, Chuck Liddell, big round for him. Jeremy didn't do too bad in the beginning. He hung in there, but once Chuck landed that right hand with that power, I mean, Jeremy Horn was lucky to get out of that round alive.
All right, 10-8. Thank you, Eddie Bravo. Jeremy has said, hey, I don't mind eating a few to get mine in and get my licks in. He's a tough cat.
Yeah, but you can't eat a few from Chuck. No. It's a different few. The ones you eat from Chuck put you to sleep. I mean, you just can't prepare yourself for that kind of a puncher. Oh, big right hand by Jeremy.
Matt Hughes in the corner of Liddell going crazy. Man, he is hard to take down, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to waste a lot of energy trying to take Chuck down like that. Chuck's a great Division I wrestler with an excellent sprawl.
Randy took him down and took him down often, but it's almost like he's improved his sprawl since that fight.
You know what? In that first fight with Randy, he didn't come in the kind of shape that he needed to be in to fight that guy.
He's in much better shape now.
And he was in much better shape in the second Randy fight. You saw what happened there.
11 wins in his UFC career for the Iceman, Chuck Liddell.
Come on, guys, gotta work.
And a who's who on that list of wins. Randleman, Bustamante, Suloev, Belfort, Babalu, Tito Ortiz, Vernon White, Randy Couture. Go on down the list. Spectacular career for the Iceman, Chuck Liddell. This is first title defense. Second round. Nearly the fight ended in the first round.
Chuck,
he saw that coming way early.
Chuck is slowing down, though. He might have blown out a lot of energy trying to finish off Jeremy in the first round.
Jeremy says his conditioning is better than it's ever been in his life.
He worked a solid 3 months with Billy Rush for this fight. And this is one of the first time ever that he's actually dedicated himself completely to a fight. He's always said that most of the time he's 80% coach, 20% training for his own fights.
Nutritionist, the whole kit and caboodle.
Good check by Chuck. Nice right hand.
Again. Down goes Horn. Liddell trying to finish submission. He's knocked him down a second time. Wow. And Chuck wants it right back up.
Wow. Jeremy is really, really wobbly.
He's wobbly. Look at his legs.
His legs are rubber right now. He can barely stand up.
Trying to regain his composure.
I mean, he's got incredible heart. He can barely stand here, and he's shooting for a takedown.
He is absolutely rocked. This may take the rest of his energy.
You know what? At least it's giving him a chance to recover.
Yep.
Wow, Jimmy Horn has got some heart, man.
Rocked in the first, rocked in the second.
And rocked badly.
I mean, toe-to-toe, he says he's a better boxer, but he's not getting the better of the boxing.
You know what? Chuck has that supreme advantage in knowing that one punch can end everything. And he hasn't even connected perfectly.
Well, if he does, it's nighty-night, isn't it?
Yes.
1 minute, 20 seconds remains in the second round. This fight is a title fight, so it's scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Live from the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Sold out again tonight for UFC 54.
Jeremy Horn is still pressing the attack.
Horn with a good jab. Chuck looks fresh now.
Come on, gotta go, guys.
Chuck waiting to explode, 30 seconds.
Good jab by Horn.
The explosion of Liddell is what makes him so special, Joe, because it's like he's standing back and he's just waiting, and then bam, he just loads it up and goes.
Yeah, he's got big fists, he's got a wide frame, he's a tall guy with a lot of leverage.
And he cannot be taken down tonight.
And he really knows how to get his weight into the strikes now.
Show a class at the end of the round. Jeremy's going to start getting frustrated here.
Don't wait, Jeremy.
1-2, Jeremy.
Eddie Bravo.
When you wait, he hits you.
Don't throw your name.
10-8 once again for Chuck Liddell. This knockdown was even more brutal. I'm shocked at Jeremy Horn's heart. He came back, you know, and I think that Chuck could have put him away if he would have stayed on top of him and grounded and pounded a TKO out of him. But Chuck's letting him recover, like you mentioned, Joe. He's letting him stand up, and he's letting him get his wits back. So 10-8, Chuck Liddell.
Let's take a look at the replay. This is the knockdown rather, from the second round. Bang!
Let's go.
Big right hand to the temple. One more time. Boom. And temple shots are the ones that really affect your equilibrium. You saw that when Jeremy tried to stay up. His legs were wobbly. But he's got tremendous courage, tremendous heart, and he hung in there.
Blood rolling down the right arm of Jeremy Horn.
Yeah, something on his knuckle must have got cut.
But Horn continues to attempt to go toe-to-toe. He has not even come close to taking down Chuck Liddell.
Jeremy throwing some kicks now. I didn't hear the instruction that his corner gave him, but they might have told him to switch it up. Start throwing some kicks. Can't take him down. Can't stop him with punches. He's still in his defense, he's still in there.
Horn steps forward. This program is a presentation of the Ultimate Fighting Championship in Zuffa LLC. Any use in whole or in part without the express written consent of Zuffa LLC is expressly prohibited. Main event of the evening. for the light heavyweight title.
What a character Jeremy Horn has. He's got great character. I mean, to come back from those 2 knockdowns like that, to be rocked that bad, and still be pressing the fight.
Trying to work that leg.
Nice leg kick.
That's a good one.
2 in a row.
Be no reason for Chuck to be fatigued here, would there, Joe?
Well, I mean, it's a tough fight. I mean, he's got to be careful. I mean, he's taking jabs. Jeremy Horn's always dangerous. He's always got to worry about the takedown. He's got to worry about the leg kicks.
Gotta work. Let's go.
So the answer is perhaps.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is a fight. I mean, he's rocked him twice. He's had him badly hurt, and the guy's still there. That alone can kind of mess with your head. Chuck might be worrying about conserving energy right here.
Got him again. Jeremy shakes that one off. Jeremy Horn. Wow, what a competitor.
Jeremy needs to throw some more of those leg kicks. He's successful with them.
Jeremy really pressing forward still, as you pointed out, Joe. This one looks like it's going to be all on the feet.
There it goes again. That's what I'm talking about. That was a nice one. He stepped into that one. Got a lot of weight behind it. You can't take too many of those.
Chopping down the big tree.
And Chuck's not really defending him. He's just taking it. Another nice kick. This one to the body. Chuck just keeps looking for that opening.
Gotta work, guys. Gotta get after it, let's go.
Pace is slowed here a bit in the 3rd round. Chuck knocked him down in the 1st, knocked him down in the 2nd, hasn't knocked down Jeremy here in the 3rd. Jeremy's behind though. He's got to get himself around. He's got to get himself some points.
And it really is a testament to Jeremy Horn's character that he's the one pressing the fight at this point. He's keeping the heat on Chuck. Chuck has gas in the past, and maybe Jeremy thinks if he keeps this up, eventually Chuck will wilt. He caught him with a little right hand there.
The first knockout Babalu, Tito, Randy. Now he wants to be the first to knock out Jeremy and avenge his first ever loss in the UFC. Final minute of round 3. Jeremy eats another one. There's that kick you talked about, Joe. Liddell wants to swing for the fences. There it is. Oh, Chuck's throwing some kicks now. Good front kick by Chuck Liddell.
Oh, he went to spin.
Yeah, he was looking for the spin again. I think Chuck wants to end this in highlight fashion, if you will, Joe.
Let's go.
Final 10 seconds around.
Nice right hand by Jeremy. And Chuck responds.
Look at Jeremy Horn coming right back after him. And round 3 is complete.
Wow.
Jeremy's confidence is starting to grow.
Fourth round, baby.
All right, let's take a look at some of the knockdowns. This is from round number 1. That's the first one that had Jeremy Horn in trouble. Now let's take a look at the knockdown from round 2. Boom, right on the temple.
Fourth round, Jeremy. Fourth round, baby.
And again.
Walk in behind the jab.
Your hook is there too.
Step in behind the jab and sink the liver shot. The liver shot ends.
Eddie Bravo.
I got this one 10-9 Jeremy Horn. Not too much happened in that fight, but you know, Jeremy Horn was pressing the action. He landed about 4 or 5 really solid leg kicks, and it appears that Chuck Liddell is starting to, get a little tired. Maybe, Jeremy does have a chance to come back and win this. He's got 2 rounds to do it.
All right, a very important 4th round. This one scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Thank you, Eddie. Eddie Bravo doing a great job scoring the fights with us here tonight.
Again with the leg kick.
Well, that seems to be, as Eddie talked about, Joe, what he's scoring points with at this point.
And those hurt. They take a lot out of you. I always liken it to like a video game. You play a video game and your character gets hit, you see the power go down. That's what happens when you get a leg kick. You know, it doesn't look like the guy's hurt, but your power just drops off. You lose the ability to shoot, you lose the ability to sprawl, and you lose the ability to push off your punches. Your leg just becomes dead.
I know what you're thinking about. Mighty blow, knock him out.
Exactly.
Now let's see if he can knock out Chuck the Iceman Liddell, or at least knock him down.
Oh, big right hand again.
Good combination by Chuck again.
Jeremy absorbed that one, though.
I wonder how Jeremy's vision is at this point. I mean, he's taking a lot of punishment.
I'm sort of surprised he's not throwing more of those leg kicks.
Keep going, baby. Keep it going.
Don't forget Forrest Griffin, Andre Arlovsky, Paul Buentello, so much more coming your way. UFC 55 Fury.
Right hard, guys.
It's our main event of the evening. The Iceman in the blue trunks, Horn in the camouflage with the black trim.
Gotta work, guys. Gotta work. Come on. Gotta fight.
Chuck really wants to finish Jeremy Horn.
Roll your hands. Let's go.
Never want to surrender the opportunity for the judges to score the fight. But to beat the champion, Joe, you've got to be decisively the victor if it does go to the judges' score.
He's going to have a very hard time winning a decision at this point. Chuck won the first 2 rounds big. Jeremy won the second round on Eddie Bravo's scorecard, and I agree with it, by 1 point. So right now, Chuck is ahead by 3 points.
Yeah, Jeremy winning that third round.
Excuse me. He won the 3rd round.
Yep. Looking for the uppercut there. Combination.
Let's go.
Chuck's got a lot of respect for Jeremy's striking. You can tell he's just not going in with a reckless abandon.
Oh, he got nailed. That's why. He got hurt. Jeremy's hurt.
Jeremy down again. Chuck wants nothing to do with the ground wizard. He can't see. It's all over. It is all over. Chuck, the Iceman Liddell, has defeated Jeremy Horn.
Jeremy said he's done. He can't see. I don't know what happened.
The Iceman, Chuck Liddell.
Let's take a look at the replay and see if we can figure out what happened to Jeremy's eye. Right on the socket. That was it.
I think he said in his corner before, we got a report from the corner before, Joe, that he was starting to experience a little double vision going into that 4th round. And that just capped it off.
Well, Jeremy's very intelligent. He realized he was badly hurt. He caught him a knuckle right in the eyeball, it looked like.
1, 2, 3, 1.
Yeah.
It's not real severe, but I don't want to keep getting punched when I can't see like this.
And the reaction of the Iceman, Chuck Liddell, who has set the all-time record with his 12th victory here in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Here's Bruce Buffer.
I'm fine. That first punch he caught me within the first round.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner at 2 minutes, 46 seconds of the 4th round. For the winner by TKO, and still the UFC Light Heavyweight Champion of the world, the Iceman, Chuck Liddell.
The Iceman victorious, and here's Joe Rogan.
I'm here with the champ, Chuck Liddell. You want to take that out? I'm here with the champ, Chuck Liddell. Chuck, you knocked him down twice and hurt him badly. Were you surprised that he hung in there?
All right, first I gotta thank my sponsors. You know this. Sure. Zions, thanks for helping me with my supplements. OutlawSteakhouse.com. Thanks for sending me all that meat. Help me with my diet. I got Tap Out, Sinister, all my normal people, and Scott Adams, thanks for coming back and helping me for the submission fight. Iceman.tv, we're giving away my shorts, I guess. I don't know.
All right, Chuck, you hurt him badly twice. Were you surprised that he was able to recover?
He's a tough guy, man. He can take a lot of punishment. I hit him hard quite a few times, and he survived. He's a tough guy to stop. Oh, by the way, on after party, Curve at the Latin. Gotta come check it out.
Who's cooler than Chuck? All right, Chuck, take a look at the big screen and talk us through some of these knockdowns. What did you see that let you know that he was open for the big right hand?
Well, every time it came in, he was bringing his arm down just a little bit, so I just tried to go a little over it.
This is the end of the fight right here. It looked like you caught him on the eye socket, and he just couldn't see anymore.
Yeah, he's a tough guy. He said since the first round he couldn't really see straight, and that just kind of ended it. So, but he's a tough guy, man. He should be fighting at 185s. He'll be back.
All right, Chuck, you're the winningest fighter in the UFC now. You've had 11 victories in the UFC. You've defended the UFC Light Heavyweight Champion. This is the 12th victory. What do you look for in the future now? What do you do now? What's next for you?
I fight anybody they put in front of me. Like I said before, I love the sport. I'll fight anybody. Anybody they want, bring them on.
You've avenged your 2 previous losses. You only have 1 left, and that's the Rampage Jackson. Is that on the menu?
I would love to get Rampage in here. We can get Rampage in here. That'd make me real happy. That'd end all my losses, so I want that.
Well, speaking for the fans, we would love to see it, and we'd love to see you again. And congratulations on defending your title. The Iceman, ladies and gentlemen, Chuck Liddell.
Thank you, guys. See you at Curve.
That is the sign of a true champion, to defend his belt. And the Iceman, Chuck Liddell, with his trademark reaction to victory, as he wins in the 4th round over Jeremy Horn. UFC 54 Boiling Point is being brought to you by the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino. No themes, no gimmicks, just pure Las Vegas and then some. Come experience MGM Grand, Maximum Vegas. By Zions, extreme supplements for extreme athletes. Available at GNC stores nationwide. By Cobb 28, gear for the extreme, found at cobb28.com. By Tap Out clothing at inyourface.com. And by UFC DVDs in stores now, distributed by Studio Works Entertainment. Another night in the books. Let's chat to you by our good friends at Tap Out Clothing Wear at inyourface.com. I'll tell you what, Joe, a magical night, a big win for George St. Pierre. He looked as good as ever. Diego Sanchez wins in his pay-per-view debut, and Tim Sylvia gets back on the winning track.
Everyone got back on track. I'm really impressed with George St. Pierre. George St. Pierre completely dominated Frank Trigg. I thought it was going to be a tough fight for him. I actually picked him as the favorite, but he dominated. Tim Sylvia looked fantastic, and Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell, a victory as he finishes the fight in the 4th round. Our executive producers, Frank Fertitta III, Lorenzo Fertitta, as well as UFC President Dana White. Coordinating producer, Stephen Tornabene. Our producer, Bruce Connell. Our director, Anthony Giordano. Technical producer, Alan Connell. And Joe Silva doing a great job once again setting up these wonderful matchups. Diego Sanchez impressed the Diesel here tonight. Vicious elbows on his way to his first pay-per-view win. How about this rock star? Captain America, Randy the Natural Couture, gets back to his winning ways as he taps out fellow wrestler Mike Van Arsdale. Tim Sylvia, the former heavyweight champion. How about this in stunning fashion? At the end of the round, bam! A vicious left kick, and Trey Telligman was through. Sylvia wins again. Our featured matchup, the main event of the evening, the Iceman, Chuck Liddell, against the challenger, Jeremy Horn. Horn withstood punishment and punishment again from the Iceman, Chuck Liddell, who knocked him down in the 1st round, knocked him down again in the 2nd round. Some thought maybe Horn won the 3rd, but the punishment that the champion gives, too much, as he wins in the 4th and retains the belt.